The Vatterott tuition proposal was released on March 31st and is available through Vatterott Nation. Now when we download this and open it for the first time, we're going to get this pop-up that asks for a password. This is a password that keeps the original document from being modified. So all the original formulas and formatting and everything are exactly the way that it was sent out for the first time. So what you're going to have to do is you're just going to hit read only, and now any changes that you want to save, you're going to be forced to save as a new document, which is exactly what we're going to want to do because we're going to set up a template for each program. So in this example, what we're going to create a medical assistant template. The first thing that we get is the campus setup tab. Here at the bottom left you can see it's one of 5 tabs. There's a campus setup tab, a clock hour independent, a clock hour dependent, term independent, and term dependent. For this example with a medical assistant program, we're going to be setting a template up for the term independent and dependent. However, if we were entering a cosmetology program, we would do the clock hour. The Campus Setup tab is universal to all programs, and this can be modified for each individual program, or you can just set it up once for all programs to have all the same settings, and most likely that'll be the case. The first option is which award year to pay from, the highest award or the earliest payment. The default is going to be the highest award, which means for Pell crossovers, the spreadsheet will automatically calculate the award year that pays the student the most money for that term and will pay out that term. This will not be an option for 10-11 to 11-12, as it will be required to pay the highest amount. But for 9-10 to 10-11, if you want to select the earliest payment date because a student wants their stipend immediately, then you could select that. But the default for all campuses right now is the highest award amount. The next is the loan fees. Now this is 0.5%, and that's the current rate for direct loans and FFELP. If this does change in the future, then this is where you would make that change. We need to select a campus, and I'm going to just use the North Park campus as an example. Now when I selected North Park, I got transportation costs here, and that was pulled from this table here on the right. Now if these numbers are incorrect for whatever reason for your campus, then you can just modify it by clicking in here and typing in a new amount. Now what that does is then at the bottom of this page there's going to be a campus cost of attendance calculation. This includes your monthly room and board, transportation, and personal costs on a monthly basis. And this is for your dependent students that are living at home, and then your independent students. Now this will be used for a couple of things. First, it will give you the total cost of attendance for the entire program that you'll need to enter on your TILA documents when a student is taking out a student payment contract. And that will be on each individual tuition proposal and we'll get to that in a little bit. This will also help us to determine the amount of a PLUS loan that a parent will be able to borrow, because the max that they can borrow is not the amount of the cost of the program, but the total cost of attendance for the program, including room and board, transportation, and personal. So we're going to give the parent the option to do either just the cost of the program or up to the max, or anything in between, depending on if they want their student to get living expense for each term. We also, here for the campus, we need to enter some information. We need to enter the address, and we need to enter a campus phone number. Now this information is going to populate on the tuition proposals that we print out for each student, so it's very important that you enter all of this. Okay, that is it for the setup tab. That's very easy, straightforward. Now since we're doing medical assistance,